Good morning. You are listening to the Coach's Corner on KYNT. Let's go to the voice of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
Good morning. Welcome to the Coach's Corner and a happy early Easter to you. I asked my wife if she hid any eggs around the yard and stuff, try to recapture my childhood, and she's like, no, those are for your daughter. So I'm gonna have to beat my 2-year-old to the punch in all of these eggs that are hidden out there. Finding candy and eating it is just so much more satisfying than just buying it in bulk, At least that's my opinion. Hey, welcome to the show here. Studio sponsored by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. The coaches join us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. I caught up with Coach Jeff Gross yesterday afternoon, as well as Coach Ryan Haig and Jill Moose. That's track and field, Yankton Bucks tennis, and Yankton Gazelles softball. We will play our postgame from our last Yankton Bucks baseball matchup with Coach Drew Lawrence here in the show as well as we enter, the middle, I guess, of the Easter break. But a lot to talk about here on the Coach's Corner. We begin with Coach Jeff Gross when we come back after this break. Don't go anywhere. The Coach's Corner, KYNT, KYNTV.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer, research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
When I'm searching for self-expression, I find it on stage. Acting inspires me to be bold in my approach and get lost in my work. It teaches me to welcome new perspectives and create meaning through storytelling. Acting allows me to show my spirit at Mount Marty University. How do you show your imaginative side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Spring is the perfect time of year to start upgrading your home. And what better place to start than with your garage doors? This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Home improvement season is here. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
F&BO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. F&BO, independent and family owned for 6 generations. And ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I talked to Coach Jeff Gross of Yankton Track and Field yesterday afternoon in preparation for this morning. And weather has done it again. Meets canceled, postponed. It's a mess, but we try to make the most of it. And Coach Jeff Gross tries to clear it all up for us of what is happening with Yankton Track and Field. Here's that conversation again from yesterday afternoon. Coach Jeff Gross.
All right, being joined by Coach Jeff Gross on the Pizza Ranch, a phone line, head coach of track and field. Coach, we're recording this on Easter Friday, and are you able to spend some time with your family?
Yep, got the ham already thawing in the freezer or in the fridge, and got the whole clan's coming to our house this week, so it'll be exciting to have everybody here. So, yep.
Well, when you said it was thawing in the freezer, I thought I was gonna have to be the one to break the bad news to you, but turns out it's the fridge. We're okay.
Well, thaw is one of those words that actually means the same thing. Being an English teacher, you can say thaw or unthaw. Ironically, they mean the same thing, and I guess the freezer and the fridge in my mind mean the same thing too. So, yeah.
Sounds good to me. Coach, so speaking of thawing or unthawing, the weather, starting to see some grass out there. The weather's starting to turn a little bit for the better for all sports and athletes, but it just had one last bout in it to get some of the track and field invites or meets, if you will, either postponed or canceled right as Yankton got their season underway. April 1st, that one was canceled. That was the ESD indoor track meet in Brookings. And on April 4th, the one up in Sioux Falls, we explained kind of what happened. That one was canceled.
Yeah, it's been kind of unbelievable, whether it be an indoor meet or an outdoor meet. We seem to be losing it. And the thing that has been consistent and absolutely incredibly encouraging is just the way our kids have been resilient and continue to work and it's real easy to get down in the mouth and get a little lazy, not be motivated, but that has not been our kids at all. So it's been very encouraging. We are definitely the best prepared team that I have ever had at this point in the season, and it's just going to be exciting when we get to explode on the scene, and that's going to happen this next week with and then throughout the rest of the year. It's just the track season will go very, very quickly, and it always does. At the end of the year, prom, track meets, two a week most times. It just goes very, very quickly, and our kids are definitely ready to exploit what they've the work they've put in. We've stayed very healthy across the board, and we're set up for an exciting sprint to the end of the year here very quickly.
And you've already alluded to it in that last statement, but the attitude of the athletes has been pretty good, though, about having these canceled and just practicing instead, just kind of keeping focused.
Yeah, very much so. We've been throwing a lot at them. The kids have made comments, about how, prepared they feel. And, one of the biggest responsibilities of a track coach or any coach is to make sure you're monitoring the health of your athletes. And, we're healthy. We've got, some dings here and there, but Trevor Woods and Avera help us with that a lot, of course, with monitoring those injuries. And, we try to keep close tabs on the kids that way and make sure that we're not having them push through things that they shouldn't push through. And, the health and motivation of kids has been extremely encouraging. So we're going to be ready to go when the time comes, and that's going to come on Tuesday. It sounds like, with a nice 80-degree day, and a lot of teams are going to be coming down to us that maybe haven't had the opportunities that we've had. Usually this is just a triangular on Tuesday with Yankton, Brandon, and Mitchell. But Aberdeen, who is still under a ton of snow up there, one of their coaches sent me an image of his backyard, and he showed me a 6-foot fence that he has in his backyard that has snow up to about within 6 inches of the top of it. So they're not getting an opportunity to get outside much there in Aberdeen, and have not. So they're also going to be joining us on Tuesday as part of our 4-team triangular now. Ironically, another misnomer there, but going to be a busy week next week.
Then why don't you talk a little bit about the rest of your week? I know there's a few events you want to get to on the docket, and for not having a lot going on last week, this week sure is going to make up for it.
Yep. Like I said, we've got that event on Tuesday, quadrangular, and field events will start at 3:30. This will all be out at Williams there on the Williams Field on the Yankton High School campus. Field events will start at 3:30, and then our track events will start at 4. It's an event that we're excited about because all of our kids get to compete in multiple events. It's an unlimited events and entry event for us, and we've got somewhere around 120 kids that have been putting in a ton of work, and they all get to perform in 2, 3, some of them 4 events that day. So it'll be a good time for them. Then as the week continues, we've got our first edition of our Little Bucks and Little Gazelles track meets. And we've had some flyers that we sent out in the school backpacks of all the elementary school students earlier in the spring here, probably a month ago or so. And this will be our first event of that. That'll be on Thursday, April 13th will be our first one. That's open to all Yankton community school members, whether that be Sacred Heart or the public schools. We invite all K through 5th graders to come to that. Our high school athletes will be putting that on. Registration will start at 5:30 at Williams. Just come in the south gate there. We'll have some tables set up. We'll get the kids registered. We'll get them basically just get their names down. We've got some T-shirts that we'll have available. We'll have some schedules there. And depending on their age, each group will get to compete in either 4 to 6 different events. And it's just a good time. Kids get to interact with our high school kids. We get the kids through all the events between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, warming up, running around, competing in the different events. We try to get all of the kids there. If they're running the 100-meter dash, we will have all of their results for them written down so that they can see how they progress both this year, because our second meet will be on May 11th, which is a Thursday, obviously about a month down the road. Get their first taste maybe for some of them, that they've ever competed in a track and field meet. They can do it again in a month from now, and then as the years go by, they can also just see how they develop over the years. And I've done these in other communities that I've coached in as well, and it's amazing how many kids show up there, the good time that they have. It's incredible to see the high school kids interact with them. Not sure how many kids we'll have here in Yankton, but hoping to have 300 or 400 kids, middle school or elementary kids at this event. Don't know if we'll be able to have a concession stand available that night yet, but we'll definitely have a good time on Thursday night with those kids that show up for that event. Again, that's the Little Bucks and Little Gazelles track meet on Thursday, April 13th.
You're gonna have to thaw out a bunch more hams for that, Coach.
Yeah, that will have to be exactly.
And then later in the week, next Saturday, April 15th, the Corn Palace Relays. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yep, that's usually one of the bigger early season meets that we're able to attend. Ironically, beginning to hear that there might be a weather front moving in that weekend, but we'll keep an eye on that. But that's a meet. I have not attended it in several years, but it's generally a very competitive meet, and it's a limited entry meet. Be a really good sign for us to see where we're at early in the season here, up against some of the other AA schools and larger A schools in the state. Don't really have anything else other to say on that at this point. We haven't received the meet information on Corn Palace yet, but traditionally it's one of the the bigger 5 meets in the state throughout the course of the year. So excited to kind of show our wares at that meet, especially because it's a very early season barometer of where we're at with our training and where we're at just with our competitive advantage and so forth against other teams.
Well, Coach, this is the first time since I've been doing this that I've talked to a coach that's so busy and not busy all at the same time. It's like weather won't let you decide which one is which, but a lot of stuff on the schedule, and we always appreciate the time. Enjoy your family time for Easter, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, wish we had more results to talk about, but we just don't right now, and sometimes you fall into that rut in track where you're doing a lot of planning, but you don't get to put the plan into motion a lot. And that's kind of where we've been this last week since we visited last time. So thank you again, Bryce, for your support, and look forward to visiting again next week with definitely a lot more results.
Again, that was Coach Jeff Gross of Yankton Track and Field catching up with us yesterday afternoon. Always appreciate his time there on the Pizza Ranch phone line. We'll take a break here on the Coach's Corner, come back, and start talking Yankton Bucks tennis. That's all around the corner here on KYNT and KYNTV. Good morning.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Truxedo, a real truck company, has new job opportunities for you. We are searching for motivated candidates to fill a variety of roles, including production assemblers on our Wednesday and weekend shifts, as well as an industrial engineer and mechanical engineer. Truxedo offers a positive and team-oriented environment with many perks and benefits. Come seek the new opportunities Truxedo has for you. Visit truxedo.com/careers to apply.
Rodents want to make your home their home. Pesky invaders go in search of warm housing and food for the winter. An invasion of rodents can be costly and can contribute to disease and contamination of products. So trust the experts to keep them out. Olson Pest Technicians is family-owned with over 80 years of experience. Even the toughest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please pull forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Do you have dry, sore, or irritated eyes? If so, you may have dry eye. At Vision Care Associates, we offer a simple, fast, and non-surgical procedure to treat black glands in your eyelids that can help your eyes to feel comfortable again. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Fieser to find out about dry eye treatment with our newest technology.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig, and we talked to Coach Ryan Haig yesterday afternoon in preparation for the show today. Yankton Bucks tennis off to a hot start, and I do ask him this question to kind of set him up to talk about it. But the experience that left a state title team a year ago, naturally people would think, well, they're going to take a step back. The growing pains of a younger team, but that so far isn't the case. This team may be young, but they have a lot of experience, and Coach Ryan Haig talks all about that. Again, this was Coach Ryan Haig of Yankton Bucks Tennis yesterday afternoon talking to me for the Coach's Corner. All right, let's start talking Yankton Bucks Tennis with Coach Ryan Haig joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. We're recording this on Good Friday. And good Friday to you, Coach Haig. Our first time talking this season. Hey, the Yankton Bucks are off to a hot start. So far, 9-2 on the year. The last time that I heard you talk, Coach, was the spring kickoff, and you had mentioned that the state title winners or the seniors of that team all graduated, and that the team is young but experienced, and that is so far holding very true.
Yeah, we had a fantastic season a year ago, and graduated some really quality tennis players. But thankfully, in Yankton, we have a very good program going right now, and we have a lot of young kids playing a lot of tennis all year round, and that's definitely showing right now because we have a young team, but a team that's been on the courts quite a bit. And they're playing tennis right now at a pretty high level. We're pretty excited about what this team can do, not only this season but in the seasons to come.
And Coach, you talk about it every season, and we will talk about it every year as long as it continues to be true. But Yankton has some of the best indoor facilities in the state, and the fact that the team can practice indoors even during inclement weather, that's made a huge difference as well, right?
Oh, 100%. And, we're very fortunate to have the opportunity to play tennis indoors in Yankton in a very, very high-quality facility. And, that helps create interest in the sport. And, it grows the sport in Yankton. And, our kids are using it. That's obviously having the facilities is one thing, and having the kids use it is another, and our kids are using it. And, it shows because our kids, from day one of the season, they're prepared to play high-level tennis. And, we're able to just, put a very quality product on the court right now every time out. And, I'm happy for the guys. They've worked hard. They practice a lot, and they have a lot of pride in what they do, and it shows on the court.
All right, Coach, if you can give us kind of a brief post-action review. Yankton Bucks tennis hosted Millbank and Vermilion a triangular Thursday, and now, of course, 9-2 on the year. You have to be happy with that.
Yeah, we played Millbank, who I believe stepped on the court for the very first time yesterday. Obviously weather has affected their practice plans, and I don't know that they've even had really much practice at all. Obviously we've been on the court practicing every single day, so they were probably a little bit outgunned, and our guys went out and performed very high, and right through the middle of our lineup, we've got some of those young kids that are playing at a very high level. And, Jack Pedersen at 5, just a freshman. Luke Moeller at 6, just a freshman. Ethan Marsh, just a freshman, playing at number 3 doubles. Chris Rockney at 3 singles, also just a freshman, but playing at a very high level. And those guys are going out, and, they're improving every single day, but at the same time playing at a very, very high level. And, then we played Vermilion after Millbank. And the nice thing about that was it's our second time playing Vermilion, so we had the opportunity to put a bunch of new faces on the court. And, we put Patrick Kralichek at number 1, Chase Howe at number 2, Michael Furden and Parker Riley at 3 and 4. Another one of the Kratskys, Ivan Kratsky, just a 7th grader, at number 5. And William Youngblom at number 6. And, those guys were able to go out and beat Vermilion 7-2. And, these guys don't get a lot of time on the courts as far as competition goes. They practice every single day. They work hard every single day. And, should we have an injury or illness or some other thing that prevents some of our varsity guys from stepping on the court, we have good quality kids to fill in for those guys. And we're very fortunate to have that. We have a lot of kids on the court that want to play tennis. So things are going really well in Yankton right now, and just very excited about tennis and tennis season in general.
Next up for Yankton, a triangular in Huron on the 14th, meeting Huron and Rapid City Central. Now, Coach, I don't know how good of a weatherman you are, but what do you think the weather will be like? Also, trying to keep track of Huron's weather as well. Do you think the courts are going to be ready?
With the forecasted highs being in the, is where they're at, I believe 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s. I think that's going to do a lot of damage to whatever snowpack is left up there. Whether or not they can get the course dry is another story. We're hoping for the best, and hopefully we can get up there to Huron. Ultimately, I believe last year was a similar situation. We were not able to go up there and play. We've already played Rapid City Central this year, so we wouldn't really need to see them again. And we do plan to play Huron again at the end of the season in Brookings. So ultimately, if we don't get that match in, it's not the end of the world because, we've already seen Central and we will see Huron again. But we like to go and we like to play as much as we can. And so ultimately, if we can play on Friday, that would be ideal.
Well, Coach, always appreciate you catching up with us and keeping us up to date with Yankton Bucks tennis. We'll talk again next week at some point. And again, appreciate it. And congratulations on the hot start to the season.
Thanks so much, Bryce.
That was Coach Ryan Haig yesterday afternoon. I caught up with him to talk for the Coaches Corner. Appreciate his time. We'll take a break and return here to the KYNT Studios, sponsored by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. We'll be back after this break.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
First Dakota National Bank has been paving financial futures since 1872. But when it comes to supporting a community, it takes more than experience. Financial planning takes a personal touch, which is why we offer a wide range of customizable options for personal, business, and ag banking. We've been doing banking longer than anyone else, but we're first because our goals have never changed. Helping local communities plan and reach their financial success has and always will be what we're here for. Member FDIC.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose, the sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. This is Michael with Yankton Rexall. When you feel under the weather, you want relief, but there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with daily medications you're taking. At Yankton Rexall, our staff is here to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
And welcome back to the Coaches Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Yankton Gazelles softball captured their first win of the season on Thursday. First in program history, I should say. And I talked briefly with Coach Jill Muth of Yankton Gazelles softball, all about the victory and kind of what lies ahead for the team. So this is Coach Jill Muth yesterday afternoon via the Pizza Ranch phone line talking to me for the Coaches Corner. Here's that conversation. All right, let's talk Yankton Gazelles softball here on the Coaches Corner. Joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line, Coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles. Yankton took their first ever program victory this past Thursday, defeating Brandon Valley 7-2. That was at Sertoma Park here in Yankton. Coach, first of all, congratulations. You and I talked a little bit before we started recording. Just, Gazelle softball has such a rich history in Yankton, but there is something different with it being sanctioned. So how does it feel? How do the girls feel? Kind of what are your opening thoughts?
Yeah, we had 2 really good first games down at Sertoma Park and had great crowds both days, even despite, the little bit of a chilly weather, especially on Monday was a little on the chilly side. Okay, we'll maybe go a lot on the chilly side. But boy, you could tell they were nervous and excited just listening to them talk. And, they've played softball for a lot of years. And so, that it means something just a little bit more to be able to say we're playing for our high school.
No, absolutely. It was something special there, the opening night, I was at least. And you could just tell the crowd. It was just an exciting time in Yankton. But let's talk about this Brandon Valley matchup. As I said, first victory in program history. Yankton got off to a 6-0 lead to start the game. Ellie Fieser went 2 for 3. First home run in program history. How was that moment?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool to watch her, hit that ball over the fence, and her coming around with just grinning ear to ear was pretty fun. Pretty special to be there for that.
And then Grace Burns, a complete game, struck out 4. Is she really just going to be the pitcher you're relying on the most this season? Seems she has a lot of confidence when she's on the mound.
Yep, absolutely. She came out the top of the first and got us out of there 1-2-3 and got us in the dugout with the chance to take our first lead. And we responded, boy, with 6 runs. Man, we came out and just hit the ball really well in the first inning.
First road game for the Gazelles coming up, 1-1 on the season as of right now. And, of course, it would be more games if weather would have cooperated. But on the road against Rapid City Central, April 13th. They were the first team in Class AA to have a game under their belt. What can you tell me about that team? I know, like we talked about in our post game from that opening night, Coach, the scouting reports on team are kind of scarce right now, but Rapid City also loves their softball.
Yep, absolutely. To be honest with you, Bryce, I have not gotten that far in my looking at things. I was just kind of focused on this first week and let's get these first 2 games in, and so I have not spent a lot of time looking at Rapid City. But like you said, yes, for sure, Rapid City is a big softball town as well. So it'll be fun to go out there and compete and see where we're at.
You have a lot of family plans for Easter, Coach? You staying here in Yankton?
We are going to my aunt's house in Mitchell, and we are going to go to my mom's house in Scotland, big town of Scotland. So we're traveling, but not too far.
The metropolis of Scotland. Will stay safe.
Yep, so. I always have to tell people it's the town, not the country.
Exactly. Well, Coach, always appreciate these quick talks. Yankton Gazelle softball. Again, congratulations from us here at KYNT on the first victory in program history. Looking forward to talking to you each week and keeping us up to date on Yankton Gazelle softball. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks, Bryce. Thanks for your support of Yankton High School and our athletes.
Again, that was on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Coach Jill Muth joined me yesterday in preparation for the show. I appreciate her time talking Yankton Gazelles softball. We'll take a break, come back, and let's start turning our attention to Yankton Bucks baseball. That's around the corner here on the Coach's Corner.
45? Got screened? It's time for your colonoscopy. Colorectal cancer is one of the most preventable and, if found early, most treatable forms of cancer. During Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, Yankton Medical Clinic General Surgeons Dr. Gary, Dr. Kampshoff, and Dr. Sirk remind you to schedule your colonoscopy. The recommended age for screening has been lowered to 45, and it's a simple, outpatient procedure in their on-site surgical center that could save your life. Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? Then give First Chiropractic Centers a call. We've been helping people get back into their game for over 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, like ice skating, snowmobiling, or simply shoveling snow, household chores, exercising, or daily activities, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. Call First Chiropractic Centers today or visit us at firstchiropracticcenter.com. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Spring is the perfect time of year to start upgrading your home. And what better place to start than with your garage doors? This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors. Free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Home improvement season is here. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Bring the crew to Pete's Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Are you new to the Yankton area, or have you lived here your entire life and just bought that house in the corner you've loved since you were a kid? Have an agent that lives, works, and raises their family right alongside of you. You may know me. I'm Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton. Give me a call or even stop me in the store, and let's set up a time and make sure all of your insurance policies are right.
Missouri River Associates, 605-665-6885.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer, research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Bryce Ladwig here. I didn't catch up with Coach Drew Lawrence this week, and it's actually my fault, not his. So, but we are going to play the post-game interview from Tuesday's victory over the defending state champion Sioux Falls Lincoln. Our very own Braden Butler called the game and has that post-game interview. We'll go ahead and play that for you right now. This is Coach Drew Lawrence following the Yankton Bucks victory over Sioux Falls Lincoln this past Tuesday.
Coach, big win today. I know you and I talked just over 24 hours ago, maybe about 30, about how this is a tough Sioux Falls Lincoln team. At that time, though, you thought you were playing them on Wednesday, not tonight.
Yep, that's a good team. That's a really good win for us overall, especially with the way that we had to come through and do it. You know, we battled. We had a really good job at the plate, but we had to compete on the mound, and some young guys did some really good job out there for us and really showed us what they can do, and that's fun. But that's a really good win. I mean, Sioux Falls Lincoln is the defending champions, and they can hit. They swung the bat pretty well there. We were fortunate to make some really good plays out there, too. Otherwise, the game could have been a little bit different.
You know, I always want to talk about those plays as well as the players on the mound. So we'll start in the outfield where those plays were really being made. I saw Isaiah Skelhaus and Mac Reichen really tracking the ball very well in the outfield. Rugby Reichen as well getting a catch in the outfield. So when those balls went deep on Rugby Mac and Isaiah, they were able to track it very well, even with the kind of the cloud cover and the darkness in the sky.
Yeah, those guys are fun to watch. They go and they get baseballs. They track it down. They're all fast. They're all athletes. With those guys out there and other guys that we have out there, we threw Cirque out there for a little bit too. He's really fast. I mean, anyone can go catch a ball. So anytime that our pitcher knows that a fly ball is out there, that there's a really good chance that it's going to be caught, even if it's in the gap, which we did today. So those guys have been able to do that for years, but it makes the coaching staff really comfortable because then we know that we have guys that can go down and track baseballs.
talk about your pitching staff today, a couple pitchers. Obviously, Matthew Sheldon getting the start and the win here as a sophomore on this baseball team, and then Mark Cottle coming in late and securing the victory in the end, even getting a hit out deep to left field. I didn't want to talk about one thing, too, where he kind of tried to turn into two, got caught. You went over and met him by second base. If you can share what you told him at second base, can you share that as well?
Sure. I'll talk about Matthew first. So that's what we know Matthew can do. That's why we have him on this team. We slowly started to bring him up into the Junior Legion last year and play there because we knew it was this type of player. So nothing was, surprising there. He goes out there and he does a really good job. He's a gamer. He can throw multiple pitches for strikes or balls when he wants to. So I was proud of him. Mark on the mound was very, very impressive. So the cool thing about this job is you can watch in practice. You can see kids do everything they can in practice, but you don't know what that's going to translate into the game. So then you get to see Mark's a gamer. He opened up a lot of eyes, I think, tonight as far as what he was able to do and the way that he was strutting around out there, and knew that he was going to come in and compete. And he didn't have a lot of time to get ready because Mac struggled a little bit, which he usually doesn't do. Mac usually only throws strikes. So when he went and struggled, I just told Mark, you better start going and get ready. So he didn't have a lot of time, but he did a good job. And then he gets an RBI. He gets that double. The only thing I told Mark is that I just needed him to refocus because he just got an RBI and that we needed to win a baseball game. And so he got locks back in and was ready to go. But at the time it was funny, but we kind of moved on, hopefully, and didn't worry about it. And he didn't. He came out and did a really good job.
You tell him to lock back in, refocus. Kid comes out and throws a great final inning, 2 strikeouts in that top half of the 7th. I think he was focused and ready to go. He's a gamer, like you said. It was nice to see him because he's one of the guys where I've had the opportunity to cover some other Yankton sports throughout the fall and the winter. He's a name I haven't seen pop up yet, Mark Cottle. So it was impressive to see him, my first action of him on the mound out there, and I think he played very well.
Yeah, he was very impressive. It's really fun. That's probably so far this year the most enjoyment I've had watching him pitch out there, just because I didn't know what we were going to get. I was kind of kicking ourselves, and me and Coach Davis were, and because I almost went to Mark before, and then when Mac struggled, and then when he had a really good game, Coach Davis goes, now we know. Now we know Mark can go out there and compete, and he's going to do a good job for us. So really impressive, really, really proud of him, and I'm glad that he was able to have success out there today.
Now I want to talk offensively for a second on the batting end of things. Obviously, putting up 11 runs on Sioux Falls Lincoln's a very impressive showing. I think what really spoke about the Bucks' performance today and yesterday against Huron, they're very patient at the plate, especially Rugby Riken. I've kept track. He is tallied already 5 walks on the season, and we're only 3 games in. So he's been very disciplined at the plate, and I think that's not just him; that's the team as a whole.
We are very disciplined. Rugby's a special player. I know we've talked about it a lot, but when rugby gets into a sport, so when he gets into football, he only focuses on football. So when he gets into basketball, he only focuses on basketball. And I actually love that about him. So that means he didn't do any off-season stuff for baseball. Now, he's a good enough athlete where he doesn't have to worry about that. So when he comes out here, he's already played baseball for so many years. He can find his pitch and battle. I mean, the first at-bat of the game, where he ended up getting a walk, that was like a 10, 12 pitch at bat. So that was impressive, and that started us off right there. But yeah, our guys are really patient, and we drove the ball well today. We had a lot of base hits. Mac Riken did a great job batting today. Lucas had a good double. I mean, we had a lot of guys. Like you said, we had a lot of runs, a lot of hits. We could go down the line, and very impressive by a lot of those guys.
All right, thanks to Braden Butler just for not only for doing the post-game interview, but covering that game. Always appreciate his help in that, and Coach Drew Lawrence for coming up after those games and giving us the post-action report. It's always appreciated. Well, that will wrap things up here for the Coaches Corner this morning. Happy Easter to those who observe, and thanks to our coaches for joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, go enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been the Coaches Corner, KYNT, KYNTV.